Well, welcome back. This is part 2 of my Valentine's Day 2011 announcement of my 9th annual Dr. Fun's Stupid Cupid and Realistic Romance Awards for the past year's worst and best portrayals of sex, love, and romance in the popular movies, TV shows, songs, and magazines. I'm Dr. Mary Lou Galician, also known as the original Dr. Fun. I'm the creator of Realistic Romance, the thinking person's relationship remedy. As a media literacy advocate and author, I've taught thousands of students in my classes at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication in Phoenix, Arizona, to use the media instead of having the media use them, as I have for countless men and women through my presentations and programs. And today, I'm honored to be here to empower you. Each year on Valentine's Day, I confer my Stupid Cupid Awards on media portrayals that promote unhealthy and harmful myths and stereotypes, and I give my Realistic Romance Awards to those truly rare media portrayals that actually offer good models for successful relationships. The awards are part of my media literacy mission to bust mass media stereotypes and myths about sex, love, and romance that are appealing, seem desirable, but can actually ruin your chances for great real-life relationships. Now, if you haven't viewed part 1 of this awards announcement, I suggest you take a minute to do that first. It's at realisticromance.com. In part 2 of this video, I tell you how the award recipients were selected. There's a Stupid Cupid Award for each of the 12 myths and stereotypes of my Dr. Fun's Mass Media Love Quiz. In addition, the portrayal with the most myths and stereotypes gets my 13th award, the overall stupidest Cupid. By the way, if you haven't taken my quiz, it's free at realisticromance.com, and my prescriptions are there too. There's lots of free stuff, so check it out. Now, of course, I wouldn't just warn you about unhealthy myths and stereotypes in the media without giving you healthier alternatives. So to counteract each myth of my quiz, there's a corresponding Dr. Galician's prescription, it rhymes, that's an antidote to each myth. In other words, each prescription is a healthy and useful relational strategy for really great sex, love, and romance. Important point, you don't lower your standards to achieve realistic romance, you raise them. My 7-step reality checkup shows you why and how, and that's also on my website. More details are in my books and programs. So for each of my 12 prescriptions, of course, there's also a Realistic Romance Award, and the portrayal reflecting the most prescriptions is honored with my Realistic Romance Grand Prize. But honestly, I gotta tell you, although myths and stereotypes abound in the mass media, it's really hard to find genuinely healthy portrayals. One final tip. It's best to look at each prescription and the annual award recipient for it in terms of its opposite related myth and its award recipient, and vice versa. You get a much better sense of the problems with media portrayals of each myth by comparing each myth, that's each quiz item, and its award recipient with its related counteracting realistic romance prescription and its award. Got it? Great. So here's how the annual award recipients are chosen. Each year, I get thousands of nominations from the public and from students in my own university classes, as well as other classes and groups around the country and around the world that use my realistic romance books and my website, realisticromance.com. A wonderful panel of judges meets with me each January to narrow the field. And then I alone make the final decisions about each award, and I personally write each citation that explains the reason each portrayal got the award. If you made a nomination for this year's awards, please accept my personal thanks and my congratulations for already being a smart media literate consumer. And now it's time, finally, to talk about this year's winners in part 3 of this announcement video. It's coming up at realisticromance.com.